Guys, I just woke up and I was checking my phone and the OCG Yu-Gi-Oh ban list has dropped. Now this ban list doesn't really affect TCG or Masterduel, but it does show us what Konami might be picking off in the next TCG ban list and the ban list which will affect Masterduel. So let's take a look at it so we can know what to expect in the future. Alright, so first cards are the Adventure card and Union Carrier. So Union Carrier is currently legal in Masterduel, and it allows you to lock out your opponent out of the extra deck by equipping a Dragon Buster to it. And if you've been playing a lot of Masterduel, you already know, dude, that Adventure card is insane. It's an Omni Negate, it's a free special summon. It's very, very good. So these are banned. These, you cannot play these anymore. That's good. I think that's good. I think that's amazing. Adventure, kind of dead. I mean, you can use it as an engine to get tokens now, but it's no more Omni Negate engine that you can just splash in every deck. That's cool. I like that. What else? What else do we got? Oh, Swap Frog? I didn't expect Swap Frog to get limited. This is cool. Sprite is hit hard. Swap Frog is one of the most important cards in Sprite. It's just a really powerful card in general where you get to send an Aqua from your deck. Dude, that card is hit and it might not come off for a very long time. That's a big deal. That's a very powerful card. Next up we got, I don't know what they're exactly called, but I know they're used in a tier element deck in the OCG. It makes the tier elements like super powerful, and tier elements is a new archetype that just came out in the TCG. It's not available yet in Masterduel. You can expect them to get hit because two of the cards that are used in the tier element deck are hit. Okay, and this one is Sprite Jet. Sprite Jet is limited to 1. So if you're playing in the TCG and you don't like Sprite, well, Swap Frog and Sprite Jet are now limited to 1 in the OCG. So maybe you should be expecting that in the TCG. So I think that's a great hit. That's an amazing hit. Oh, wow. I think this is Herald of something. It's like you discard negate a monster effect, right? They're hitting that to 1. So that's going to hurt a lot of fairy decks. It's going to hurt Herald ritual decks. And it's also going to hurt a lot of decks that use fairy monsters. That is, that's cool. I like when they cut down on the monster negation. Monster negation is cool, but it can get a little excessive, you know? Like, too much is too much. Yatagrasu is a spirit level 2. It's a classic OG card. You just summon it. If it attacks directly or inflicts battle damage, I think your opponent just can't draw anything. And you just lock them out. There used to be a deck called the Yatalock, and it just made it so your opponent can't draw and they just lose and you beat them down for like 200 each turn. Cool card to see. Cool card. Okay, this is a tier elements field spell, and in a TCG currently it's worth like 90 or 80 bucks. It's hit to 1. These are massive hits. The next one I believe is the Sprite Quick Play card, which is also an extremely good card. The Flundereese are getting hit. Okay, out of everything here, Flundereese getting hit makes me the most happy because Flundereese and Masterduel are just so powerful. And they're getting hit, getting their field spell hit to 1, which is probably their best card in their entire deck. I'm not gonna lie, Konami did a really good job on the OCG. They hit the most powerful decks by far. They hit them all, put the cards all to 1. That's like what I would do. Like if a deck is too good, limit its power so it can go against decks that are not as good. And they definitely did that. They didn't hit just one card in the tier elements deck or just one card in the Sprite deck. Nah, they hit multiple. They made the deck less consistent, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing in my book. All right, so those are all limited. Let's check out the semi-limited. ABC Dragon, I believe ABC Dragon is already at 2 in Masterduel and in TCG. I could be wrong. This is a cool card. I'm glad it's slowly coming off the limited list. It's very, very powerful, and I'm pretty sure it can keep up with today's metagame. Next, we got Double Iris. I'm a Pendulum player because in Masterduel, the best deck you can play that's the cheapest by far is Pendulums. You buy the Pendulum structure deck, and then you just craft a few cards. If this card comes out in Masterduel as 2, the Pendulum deck is just going to get way stronger. If that happens, I just can't wait. I really want that. Next up, okay, they're putting the Adventure card to 2. This has already happened in Masterduel, so maybe Masterduel was already hinting at what was going to happen in the OCG and maybe in the TCG. I think this is a good hit. Next, we got another tier elements card, semi-limited. Yes, good hit. Tier elements is really good. Tier elements and Sprite took over the format completely, so this is a very good hit. I'm glad that they have less powerful cards in their deck so that other decks can compete with them. more consistently. Next we got Dimensional Shifter to 2. Dimensional Shifter is pretty much if you draw it in your opening hand, you activate it, your opponent can't really do anything. Like anything they do, all their cards get banished, and they probably don't want to lose all their like resources and stuff. They usually just set up a board that doesn't really get anything in their graveyard, which is usually weaker than what they would have normally ended on, and they end. This card, people have talked about Dimensional Shifter. They've talked about if it should be banned, limited. Semi-limited is a good start, but let's be honest. This card is a problem. It is very, very strong. It's just a really powerful card that kind of says to your opponent, it's like, yeah, you can play the game, but your graveyard doesn't exist anymore. They definitely need to do more. Hopefully it gets banned because it's so powerful, or at least limited because it is so powerful. It's such an impactful card. So next we got Phantom Knight of Torn Scales. This is already semi-limited in Masterduel. I'm not sure about the TCG, but OCG is following up with Masterduel. So if you can learn anything from that, it's probably that. If Masterduel does something, OCG is probably going to copy it. And if OCG does something, maybe Masterduel will copy it as well. TCG is a kind of a different ballpark than OCG. Sometimes they copy what the OCG does. Sometimes they don't. Like for example, Maxi is currently at 3 in the OCG, and in the TCG, it's just completely banned. I think Masterduel will be a better representation of what the OCG learns and copies from. So most of these hits may already be on their way in the future to Masterduel, because it's more closely resembling the OCG. Lightning Storm to 2 is good. Just because it is a really powerful card, and just being able to run 3 copies is a lot. I feel like this card like this should be cut down to 1 at least, just because you have cards like Raigeki and Harpy's Feather Duster in Masterduel, which are currently at 1, and this card essentially does both of those effects, and you can choose which one you want to do, and you can run 3 copies of it. Only downside, you can't control face-up cards, but I mean, that's really easy to work around. Next, we got Gen X Alley Birdman at 3. Okay, so if you've been playing YuGiOh for a long time, like at the start of the Synchro era, you know that Gen X Alley Birdman is really good. Like he has effects where you can return a monster and you can like special summon. It allows you to do like some wonky combos. And now he's at 3. That's a cool card. It's a fun card. It'll be fun to mess around with if there is a really cool combo with this card. Besides that, we got Danger Jackalope. This is a really powerful Danger card, and Danger pretty much has the effect where you discard, special summon, draw. That's always going to be good. Like always. That's like the embodiment of a powerful draw card. So this being at 3 is really good because it's one of the more better Dangers. We got Spiral Resort. Okay, at 3, Spirals are getting some support back. Oh no. Sky Striker Anchor is at 3? I don't know what it currently is at the TCG. Right now it probably is at 3 too, but this is a powerful card. I think Sky Striker is like #1 in regionals, which is a big event where a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players like go to compete at a high level. I mean, Sky Striker deck just took home the prize, of course with Mystic Mine, which is currently banned in the OCG, I think, and maybe hopefully soon banned in the TCG. Yeah, this card at 3 is just like giving them more power. Certainly interesting. Sky Striker is already a good deck. I don't know if you want to give them too much power. They're really good. They're really good. Oh, wow. Alistair players are going to be happy because this card got removed off the semi-limited list and moved to 3 copies. So now you can play 3 copies of this. And I mean, it pretty much searches your best monster, Alistair. It's a good card. I think that's it. That's it for the list. Let me know what you thought. And thank you so much for watching. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe so you can check out other content I'm going to be making in the near future. Besides that, hope you have a great day. See ya.